ESPN analyst exposes truth behind Shedeur Sanders' smear campaign, points to Deion's influence. In a world where misinformation can often obscure the truth, ESPN analyst Louis Riddick recently offered a rare moment of clarity regarding the ongoing smear campaign against Shedeur Sanders. The University of Colorado quarterback, who is considered a potential first-round pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, has faced growing criticism, with some suggesting he is brash and arrogant. This narrative has been fueled by anonymous sources, including an unnamed NFL quarterbacks coach, and has gained traction in the media, prompting widespread discussion. The controversy escalated after Josina Anderson, a respected NFL insider, shared her concerns on March 3, revealing that a quarterbacks coach from a team drafting within the top 7 had described Sanders as brash and arrogant during an interview. Anderson questioned the credibility of this assessment, noting that Sanders had come across as polite, confident, and thoughtful during his media appearance at the NFL Scouting Combine. Anderson suggested that the criticism may stem from a broader issue with athletes who achieve fame and financial success before entering the NFL, particularly those like Sanders who carry a well-known family name. Enter Louis Riddick, who addressed the situation on the Dan Patrick Show earlier this week. When asked whether Sanders was truly a first-round caliber quarterback, Riddick affirmed, stating, "He's a top half of the first-round player." However, when asked about the source of the negative narrative surrounding Sanders, Riddick offered a poignant analysis. "People have been at this game, trying to talk certain prospects down for years," Riddick explained. "Deion is a lightning rod. That's where it starts. It doesn't even start with Shedeur. This starts with his father and then it just trickles down to him." Riddick's comments pointed to the larger context of the criticism: Sanders' relationship to his father, the legendary Deion Sanders. According to Riddick, the animosity directed at Shedeur is rooted not in his individual qualities but in the public's long-standing disdain for Deion Sanders' persona. "It's been that way since I played with Deion back in 1992. People don't like flashy guys like that who can back it up. They just don't. With Deion, he's always been a polarizing figure to the people who don't know him," Riddick remarked. Riddick's insight cuts to the heart of the issue. The smear campaign against Shedeur Sanders is, in many ways, a reflection of the lingering resentment people hold toward Deion. While Deion's flamboyant style and confidence have made him a polarizing figure, Riddick emphasized that Shedeur, as his son, is often unfairly judged based on the same traits that made his father a lightning rod for controversy. Although Deion Sanders has not always been universally liked, Riddick pointed out that he has proven to be an effective coach and leader. As for Shedeur, Riddick stressed that there is no rational reason to dislike him. "There is literally no rational reason now not to like Shedeur. None. Zero." The situation is further complicated by the fact that, in the competitive world of the NFL Draft, teams often resort to smearing prospects in an effort to lower their value and secure them later in the draft. This practice, known as lying season, is a well-established part of the draft process. Teams may plant negative stories to gain a competitive advantage, and this often leads to misinformation being spread about top prospects like Shedeur Sanders. Furthermore, ESPN analyst and former NFL player Ryan Clark also highlighted the historical aspect of this narrative. Clark noted that black quarterbacks, in particular, have often faced similar smears during the draft process. He argued that Sanders' self-assuredness and refusal to question his abilities might be misinterpreted as arrogance, but that these qualities are, in fact, essential for a successful quarterback. "I want a quarterback that's self-assured," Clark said. "I've had conversations with Shedeur Sanders, and he can do that." Clark also pointed to the deeper social and cultural dynamics at play. He suggested that some of the criticism Sanders faces stems not just from his last name or his brashness but from the fact that he is a black quarterback, which has historically led to additional scrutiny. As the NFL Draft approaches, the controversy surrounding Shedeur Sanders continues to grow. While some, like Patrick, are quick to acknowledge the potential smear campaign, others like former NFL player Mark Schlereth are focused on Sanders' abilities as a player. Schlereth defended Sanders' skill set, noting his accuracy, understanding of offensive football, and quick processing ability. "He's incredibly accurate," Schlereth said. "He really understands not only offensive football, but he understands what you're doing as a defense. So he'll pick you apart that way." As Riddick emphasized, The negativity surrounding Shedeur Sanders is not solely about his own character but is deeply entangled with the legacy of his father, Deion. While the criticism may be steeped in unfair biases and external factors, Sanders has demonstrated the professionalism and talent necessary to succeed at the highest level. The truth is, as Riddick pointed out, the real story is not about Shedeur but about how he has been affected by his family's legacy and how the media and critics have chosen to focus on that narrative. This story serves as a reminder that sometimes, in a world full of exaggeration and spin, moments of truth, like those shared by Riddick, are necessary to cut through the noise and focus on the real issues at hand.